should do 2 or 3. For like the chicken tenders and things.
I guess it depends on what results they would want. But so far, 2. If they want more chicken, 3. I guess. I don't know.
Alright. Wow. Do you think that 2 of the large chicken fingers should be enough? Or are picking 3?
I think 2 would probably be fine. If however you want to order it.
How about like the fried rice? Same thing. Do you think 2 large will cut it, or
Should.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
just making sure because I don't want to have too little, you know. Anything specifically you guys want?
I'm good.
Because so far we were just going to do a beef teriyaki, the pork fried rice, and then the chicken fingers. So
That sounds good.
Can I get a side of sweet and sour sauce?
sure. Is there anything else you can think of?
Well, we have
Sweet and sour sauce.
From Hickey there.
It's not the same. It's
Oh.
it's not made the same.
Okay.
So are we good or?
Hey, note to you, don't use the lilac car wash in sandwiches.
Why?
They just had a call in like 30 minutes ago that a car was stuck with the car wash, perpetually going with a piece of the car wash on top of the car.
Lovely.
So let's avoid that car wash.
This gift was busy. How dare you?
Well, like, that's a sure sign that
They're at least open.
they're open.
Clonk. Now I'm not getting anything at all.
Good Lord.
Well, they do give 2 phone numbers, so I guess I'll try now.
We know how to be a cat. Stop calling.
Well, at least that's something. There we go. Yep. Put me on hold so we could go answer the house. Oh, quick, I need to call him. Call it him. I have the cops do a welfare.
I was through John.
Yes, hi, I'd like to put in an order to go, please. 603-923-5139. Could I get 2 large beef teriyakis? 2 large pork fried rice? And 2 large chicken fingers with sweet and sour sauce? And that'll do it.
So I have 2 large beef teriyakis, 2 large pork fried rices, 2 large chicken fingers, duck sauce, and sweet and sour sauce.
That is correct.
Okay. Total is $87.48. Should be around 20 minutes.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, bye.
You big boy.
Oh, at least that's it. Someone's trying to be a parrot.
Yep. Oh, mama.
Did you get your backpack in?
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Wow.
I'll get my exercise too.
Stage name bitch squared.
Damn. They're cute. Troublesome, but cute.
That's how COVID spread around the globe.
Micromax Throat Care. The best of Swiss nature wrapped around a powerful liquid menthol sensor. It's medicinal nature for maximum throat relief. A master's degree in education 10 years ago. 1 year for
Hello everyone. In the world of work, not every move is a master stroke. Join us for a hearty laugh as we present some classic total idiots at work. Ensure you're subscribed for our daily laugh, and now, let's get it on. When he thought of just making a slight adjustment, the task required him to start over. A helpful guide for decorating a Christmas tree.
Wow, just toss the lights on and it magically
What
works.
evidence of the most positive people I have ever known. Now he knows that it's not the best way to launch a kayak.
Neither is that.
At least that one was prepared with a wetsuit.
Had to unload the cargo himself.
Oh, here's Paul at work. Well, at least it's all unloaded.
Disregarding the detailed instructions from the friend ahead, the driver decided to follow the ancestral instincts.
Oh, and that was cement.
Mm-hmm. And it's holding up the roof.
Seemingly no room for an accident. But what's beyond control is his weight. Someone will have to admit that not everyone's fit for cooking. She should choose a lower setting, or simply use a spoon to keep the drink intact.
This is sugar-free cherry Coke.
She could be a part-time idol on TikTok. The guy in the green shirt definitely has leadership qualities and improving performance.
How's that green?
Super colorful?
The perfect proposal, except for the last minute.
Who the hell thought it would be a good idea to toss the ring while on a boat?
Depends on how far out they are, too.
Doesn't matter. Oh, freezer burn.
This order was transported quickly, as per the courier's message, but it didn't arrive intact.
Oh, PS5 no less.
Not everyone you meet shares the same direction.
Just a little love tap.
The driver's haste led him to the garage for The driver's haste led him to the garage for a repair.
Oof.
to be more careful. The person filming seemed to anticipate something happening to this clumsy guy.
So much for fuel in the thing.
There you go. That always works.
Yeah. You'll get there eventually.
Can someone show her where the fueling tank cap is? It's challenging to calculate the workload, hence the need for an overloaded crane that unfortunately tipped over. Luckily, the driver escaped.
Yeah, luckily.
Although he hasn't demonstrated any skills yet, he managed to impress with a mess.
How the fuck did that even happen?
When the plate broke, a piece hit the stove front.
Hey, Paul, you want to go to the subway?
Mhm.
Yeah,
The
no.
microphone was set too low, so Nikola Jokic needs a little adjustment. Their salary for this month was decided before it reached their hands.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Oof.
Their boss would think they're deliberately damaging property if they see this video.
Glasgow, boom, boom.
Yes, sir.
I'll get my shoes on. And
If you don't
I'll
want
stop
all
it.
your meals next month to be eggs, be
Cumbies.
careful
And
when
then we'll
moving.
Ew. That's a lot of cracked eggs.
Spearfishing means following the spear.
Crack.
That's all I gotta get. Are you going to Paul?
No, you are.
he told you. Bye. We'll be back.
Be live.
I'd say that's unfortunate, but you're bringing food back, so I guess.
Be live. We're running off to join the circus.
Oh, yeah. Two biggest stars right there. Don't need anything else.
Rude. Rude.
I'll see you outside.
Rude. You can't have that. It's bad for you.
Riggs. Come here, boys. Come here.
It's full of drugs.
Cool.
You're full of drugs.
Where's the rest of it?
Hiding from you.
Hey, Riggs. Hey, cutie.
What's the name?
Jeepers, mister. The heck is that?
Tommy, it's okay.
So close.
Yeah, that would be the new Suicide Squad content. And for a game that has some of the most famous DC heroes and villains ever, you would think that it's experiencing massive success. It's not. To be a little bit more specific, the game currently has around 1,000 players on Steam. It's not even in the top 50 most played Xbox games.
Stop.
And yeah, Warner Brothers has already pretty much said that this game failed to meet their expectations. And right now, the reception of this new Joker content has not been pretty from the gaming community. As this Polygon article says, more Brian, less story, and little hope for the future. It said the Joker has about less than 6 minutes of cutscenes, doesn't even have interaction with Harley Quinn, which is just hilarious in my opinion. And yeah, the community and it's also the remaining player base. Remaining is the keyword here, and the fact that people are calling it worse than Avengers kind of says a lot. But don't worry, as Warner Brothers has learned the right lessons, right? No, they plan to double down on live services. It definitely sounds like the future Hogwarts Legacy 2 will inevitably have some live service elements. This company just does not understand that the community gamers do not want this nonsense, but yet they're going to continue down this road. But before we proceed forward, today's video is sponsored by AFK Journey, the innovative ethereal fantasy RPG available on iOS, Google Play Store, and PC is free to play. The game boasts a unique art style, complex gameplay systems, and an added layer with PC-compatible side-scrolling elements. In the magical land of Asperia, from Golden Wheat Sheriff to the Venuso Mountains, you'll embark on a quest as Merlin, gathering heroes across 6 factions while diving into an unexplored world full of hidden mystery waiting to be unlocked. Assemble the ultimate hero lineup, strategize and create winning battlefield tactics to conquer each and every challenge presented. Explore a vast world, solving fun puzzles, and meet complex and interesting NPCs with effortless one-handed gameplay. With AFK Journey's official release, all heroes can be obtained for free, including epics. Additionally, players will receive at least 200 free pulls by progressing through the game and completing events like a 7-day login. Download AFK Journey today by following my link down the description below and use my CD key AFK Journey 88 to get 100 diamonds and 18,888 golden coins. Thank you again to AFK Journey for sponsoring this video. IGN gave Resident Evil 5 a glowing review back in the day. Today, they're against a remake being made mostly because they're uncomfortable with playing as a white guy shooting black zombies in Africa. Not even joking. That's pretty much the article. Top-notch journalism, if I have to say so myself. Crystal Dynamics last month put a warning label on the older Tomb Raider games because they're quote-unquote containing offensive depictions of cultures rooted in prejudices, and they believe the stereotypes are harmful and inexcusable. Better than removing the content, I suppose, but Compulsion Games, Canadian devs behind We Happy Few, jumped in supporting the label and called on remakes and remasters of other classic games to be made for modern audiences and to rewrite new history. Well, this may not come as a shock, but a community manager of that same company has sparked outrage with previous remarks attacking gamers, and specifically in 2022, saying in an interview that white male gamers were a mistake. I'm certain that Xbox will come out and condemn these remarks, right? That's sarcasm. Of course they won't. Especially as an executive got slammed for making similar remarks in a now deleted tweet just the other day. The gaming industry is on fire right now. From the whole Street Baby drama, the broken, unfinished remasters sold at a premium, to the continuing mass layoffs, which has seen thousands of developers without jobs, to the hissy fit the Reset Era gaming forums and gaming websites are having over Stellar Blade's sexy character design. IGN France even jumped in condemning the game by saying the game's protagonist is bland, a doll sexualized by someone who's never seen a woman, worth mentioning that the character was scanned after a real woman. In terms of big gaming acquisitions, the last couple weeks there's been some very noteworthy ones, specifically coming from the Embracer Group, which is right now having a fire sale as the company is going down in flames. They sold Saber Interactive for about $250 million, and that also included the Metro devs at 4A Games. But, there's a huge but, 4A Games did not retain the rights to the Metro franchise. That stayed with the Embracer Group. Fortunately, it does seem like 4A Games will continue to work on the next Metro game, but that relationship, it's not in the hands of 4A Games anymore, which is very unfortunate. But one partnership which does make a lot of sense is the fact that the Embracer Group sold Borderlands devs Gearbox to Rockstar parent company Take-Two Interactive for just under $500 million. This is a relationship that just makes a ton of sense because a lot of people thought that Gearbox already was owned by Take-Two Interactive because of their relationship on Borderlands. So nothing too shocking here. They did. There was a couple noteworthy things that stayed with the Embracer Group, such as the Remnant series, but Borderlands being in 2K Games' control, just it makes sense. CD Projekt Red is preparing for work on the next Witcher game. Specifically, right now, they have about 2/3 of the company working on The Witcher 4. We still don't exactly have a great idea on the direction that they're going to be taking with the sequel. It doesn't seem like Geralt of Rivia will be the protagonist. Is it going to be Ciri, a new protagonist? Vesemir, we'll have to see. But work does continue on that. We're probably still a couple of years away. The company did come out saying something that was very eye-opening, at least to some people, and also some people just rolled their eyes at it, was CD Projekt Red's CFO saying that they don't see microtransactions in single-player games, which is a nice thing to hear, but a lot of people just don't trust these executives because of, well, everything that happened with Cyberpunk 2077. During an interview, he said, "We do not see a place for microtransactions in the case of single-player games, but we do not roll out that. We will use this solution in the future in the case of multiplayer projects," which is pretty obvious stuff. But a lot of people don't trust CD Projekt Red, and these remarks kind of just went through one ear through the other. Now, it is also worth mentioning the timing of these remarks coming when Dragon's Dogma 2 from Capcom launched a mostly negative review after microtransactions were revealed. It kind of came out of the middle of nowhere, and a lot of people were extremely upset by this. If you actually check the Steam reviews right now, it's still very mixed because of this. A lot of people not liking how the review process didn't mention any of this. Some reviewers seem to have gotten some indication that this was going to be happening, while many others did not. But if you check this is what I mean. It's a ton of microtransactions, a lot of stuff that many players have said it's pretty much useless. You don't need to bother with this stuff. But the fact that it is there is bothersome. We've seen that this industry in the past has altered game design to steer players to microtransactions like this, specifically Ubisoft. So this is definitely dangerous territory. This is why I always have issues with microtransactions like this in the first place. But it is worth mentioning, like I said, PC Gamer put out an article saying that they're backing them silly since nearly all of them can be found in the game without too much trouble. And I do want to mention again, it's just rather interesting. A couple of months ago, Capcom came out very much against mods, and when you see stuff like this, it definitely makes you wonder why they're so against mods. And their argument at the time was that they were offensive to public order and morals. So make of that as you will. Now, Grand Theft Auto 6 is the hotly anticipated, the most anticipated game maybe of all time. And there's been some recent eye-opening news coming in regards to when the game's going to be releasing, but also some of the stuff that's happening behind the scenes at Rockstar Games. This article coming from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, Grand Theft Auto maker Rockstar Games asks workers to return to office 5 days a week. Rockstar Games, division of Take-Two, will ask employees to return to the office 5 days a week beginning in April as the video game makers enter the final stages of development on its next game, the hotly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6. In an email to staff on Wednesday, reviewed by Bloomberg, Rockstar head publishing Jen Kolb said the decision was made for productivity and security reasons. You know, massive leaks and stuff that happened about a year or two ago, still right on Rockstar's mind. They're still very upset that that happened. They want to make sure nothing else gets out, but it inevitably will. Cole wrote that the company also found tangible benefits from in-person work. Making these changes now puts us in the best position to deliver the next Grand Theft Auto at the level of quality and polish we know it requires, along with a publishing roadmap that matches the scale and ambition of the game. And as you might expect, many gamers met this news kind of just scoffing at it like, who cares? You have to go back to work. But a lot of developers at Rockstar Games felt very upset about this. This article coming from Aftermath, Rockstar employees concerned about crunch, GTA 6's company moves forward with return to office. UK-based Rockstar employees, in conjunction with the Independent Workers Union of Great Britain, spoke out against the decision, fearing an unnecessary hit to work-life balance that might end up proving a deal breaker for some. Working from home has been a lifeline for many of us at Rockstar, allowing us to balance care responsibilities, manage disabilities, and relocate as we need. One Rockstar employee who chose to remain anonymous said in a statement from that union. When speaking with Aftermath, two additional Rockstar employees said that little has changed since last month, even as the clock ticks to April. The only news I know of is some reports of some people being admonished to varying degrees of voicing disagreement with the RTO plan. But otherwise, we are just waiting for more information from management about how the hell this is going to work. And then further later, while Rockstar's exact approach to return to the office is still taking shape, workers have been informed that they're losing access to most forms of remote work, including communication tools. We won't be able to answer Slack messages and emails and stuff like that while we're at home anymore, which is a big, big loss because a lot of us work intercontinental, said one Rockstar employee. And then we had another article coming from Kotaku, which is pretty much the same thing. GTA 6 devs slam Rockstar Games from return to office mandate, and within the article it mentions an IGN report that developers of the studio are criticizing the company's decision. Speaking to the publication, anonymously, one employee said that working from home has been a lifeline for many of us, specifying that Rockstar Games needs to rethink their reckless decision-making and engage with their staff to find solutions that work for everyone. Another anonymous employee said they fear having to work late hours in the office, which would mean developers would miss out on spending time with our families. And there's also been said in some other reports that developers feel like there could be many leaving the studio because of this return to office mandate, and that veteran talent could cause issues with Grand Theft Auto 6's development as they're nearing the final stages of development. And there has been some other recent reports, specifically this one coming from Kotaku, saying that production on the game is falling behind as Rockstar is urging staff to return to office. And there's been some mixed messaging coming from this report from Kotaku. I take issue with it because I reached out to my own source, which said that development is going fine right now. The indication is the game will be ready in time for 2025. Whether that's early 2025 or later 2025, it's unclear. From what I understand, it does seem like it's probably going to be in the later half, but we'll have to see what happens. Rockstar Games specifically has not given a date saying, whether it's going to be early or late 2025. They just have that very broad 2025 date. Within this article, again, they've also updated a couple of times, and they just mentioned the same things that I've gone over, in which, there's a lot of people upset about returning to office, and many developers considering leaving Rockstar Games over the decision. And Insider Gaming also published their own account, pretty much saying exactly what I said, that right now development is moving fine, and nothing has changed within Rockstar Games yet. And Bloomberg's Jason Schreier has reported as much lately as well. So right now, Grand Theft Auto 6, a lot of anticipation behind it. Rockstar Games is right now in their silence mode. We probably won't be hearing much about this game until sometime in late summer or fall, maybe with trailer number 2. But work continues on Grand Theft Auto 6. There's a lot of developers very upset about this. And it does seem like, again, this is going to be the most highly anticipated game of all time. So making sure that this is perfect as possible come release date is important. So if the game needs to be pushed back, it will be. And this is Rockstar Games we're talking about. They have a reputation for this. Right now, Blizzard is suffering. They've had a lot of chaos happening behind the scenes. They just got some new competition from this NetEase game called Marvel Rivals, which looks like almost an exact copycat of it. And I definitely agree with this headline that it's probably going to fail. But it is funny that we're seeing other developers almost just blatantly copying what they've done with Overwatch. Now, Overwatch 2 recently got some massive news in which, Blizzard just basically killed PvE completely, which is rather funny because this was the selling point of Overwatch 2 from the get-go. This was exactly what Blizzard laid out as their vision for why Overwatch 2 was even needed in the first place, They went from they were going to have this giant PvE storyline and stuff to just there's going to be some missions, but now it's dead. So, as this article says, Blizzard has completely gutted its planned PvE content for Overwatch 2 and will instead double down on PvP. That's according to, again, a Bloomberg newsletter and information that PC Gamer also corroborated separately. It's a disappointing conclusion to an 18-month wait, albeit one that's not all surprising given last year's cancellation of the game's hero mode. And again, with that announcement, it was also said that a trio of co-op missions were released in June last year, a $15 price tag. Yes, they charge people for that nonsense. And lack replayability didn't do much in the way of enticing players. And yeah, that price tag is something that players did not expect after the news. So again, all of this just not very surprising. Overwatch has not been doing very well, and Blizzard overall has not been doing very well. As many of you know, just about a month or so ago, it was announced that Blizzard's survival game that they're working on, new IP, was reportedly canceled over engine issues after 6 years of development. Just a lot of chaos happening inside of the walls of Blizzard. And then there was the massive announcement that Mike Ybarra, the president of Blizzard, was leaving the company, which is rather interesting because just about a month or two ago, he was taking photos with Phil Spencer on the campus of Blizzard, saying that he wanted to be there for years to come. And then there was massive layoffs at Blizzard, in which about hundreds of developers lost their job, and then Ybarra just jumped for the doors. And it does appear that he's going to go work on some other stuff. This was probably to be expected after the Microsoft Activision Blizzard acquisition, as a lot of executives at Activision Blizzard have jumped ship. But still, it's rather just eye-opening as we're seeing Blizzard continue to crumble. And we have not seen yet any of that Microsoft leadership leading Blizzard or Activision to any sort of success. And those question marks will remain into the future. Now, Electronic Arts has also been in the news recently as there was some massive layoffs with about 700 developers fired. And they also sunsetted various games, and they were moving away from future licensed IP, which is not surprising because Andrew Wilson, the CEO of the company, has made it pretty clear the last couple of years he just does not care for franchises like Star Wars. That was something that was inherited to him, and he just didn't like the investment that they were making into it. Obviously, right now, Respawn Entertainment is working on the third Jedi game, but after that, it seems to be it. There is some other projects in development, such as a Black Panther and Iron Man game. We'll see what happens with those projects in the future. There was also a Mandalorian game in development, and that also appears to be now dead. So it does appear that Electronic Arts is just going to be doubling down on franchises that they own, such as Battlefield, which has been chaotic the last decade. And that is mostly due to EA DICE and a lot of incompetency coming from the company. They've just not listened to gamers. They've tried to double down on the successful things happening in the shooter market instead of focusing on what people want from an actual Battlefield game, which is, the Battlefield identity. They learned that lesson the hard way with Battlefield 2042. And right now, Battlefield continues to lose massive veteran talent. As this game developer article points out, Battlefield creative director Craig Morrison quietly departs EA for new studio. There was also an announcement by EA that they were shutting down Battlefield developer Ridgeline Games, and that was accompanied by an outgoing Battlefield director saying he has nothing positive to say about Electronic Arts, that being the Halo co-creator Marcus Leto, who was leading the next campaign, and he was also, again, part of Ridgeline Games. And obviously, you probably have some very angry feelings towards EA after they shut down his studio before they even produced anything. Now, Electronic Arts has been outlining some details about the future for Battlefield. The next game is aiming for the most realistic destruction effects in the industry, which doesn't say a lot because Battlefield had that a decade ago, and it seems like it's been downgraded to the last couple of installments, which is kind of crazy, but then going back to that is great to hear. Insider Gaming also published an insider account about what's going on with the next Battlefield, and some of it sounds interesting, some of it not so much. Insider Gaming has learned that the next Battlefield title is taking some of the back to its roots approach, which is great to hear, with the likes of 64-player matches. Vince Zampella is now running EA DICE, as far as I understand, so him going back to what Battlefield is known for, it makes sense, and he knows how to make great games, as we've seen with the success that he's had with Respawn Entertainment. The return of its 4-class system, and an overhaul to its destruction systems. As for the game setting itself, it will be set in the modern day somewhere around 2025 to 2030 with a strong story-driven emphasis on modern technology used in war. It continues. Ripple Effect, the studio that is working on a new experience for the Battlefield franchise, is working on a new Battle Royale title that's currently aimed to be free to play and follow a similar strategy to the highly successful Call of Duty Warzone. So we'll see the free-to-play experience tie in with its this premium release. So they're following the strategy that has worked with for Call of Duty, and I'm really not sure why Battlefield didn't do that earlier on. The news may come as a shock to some, but past Battlefield 3rd game mode experiences, including Battlefield 5's Battle Royale Firestorm, which was horrible, and Battlefield 2042's Hazard Zone, which again wasn't very good, missed huge opportunities with the titles not being free to play, although I think that was partly the issues with those experiences, in my opinion. Regardless, Battlefield will have to wait until 2025 to see this next installment. Hopefully they can get this franchise back on track. I'm very skeptical about that, but Vincent Pellet, he's now running the show. If there's anybody that can do it, it probably would be him. But right now there is little indication, I guess you could say, of having too much hope with the Battlefield franchise, as it just feels like anytime I get excited about these games, it just feels like EA DICE finds a way to screw it up. And until, I guess, we see trailers, gameplay of this next installment, which probably won't be until sometime next year, I guess it's best to just remain in that skeptical territory. Throughout the last month or two, Helldivers 2 has really defined the video game industry. It kind of feels like it came out of the middle of nowhere, but it is one of the most successful live services of at least the last couple of years. And for Sony, it really is, it feels like their only success story in this specific area or this genre, this type of game, that they definitely want to have a lot more success in the future, but that remains to be seen. Now, Helldivers 2 has created some controversy, I suppose, I guess we could use that word, with how committed some players are to the in-game world and lore and such. So much so it has led to toxicity, and we have articles like this coming from Polygon. For some Helldivers 2 players, that type of word, roleplay, has gone too far. They talk like we're actually soldiers. Now, one major portion of this article, which has raised some eyebrows, is specifically on this. Activists accuse Helldivers 2 developers of silencing them after they attempted to push propaganda into the game. See, you gotta understand one thing. Outside of the United States, maybe Canada, England, Australia, a lot of these other, let's just say, different parts of the world, they don't have agree necessarily with the same politics we have. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, or they're not as invested into it, say it's like an Overwatch or even Insomniac games. But there is an expectation from, I say, a sliver of the audience that they always have to have that support. And it is a little bit ridiculous and not understanding, especially because Arrowhead Studios, they are a Swedish game developer, not an American game developer, or anything of that sort. But regardless, this article perfectly paints out the issue. It says, numerous activists spoke with Polygon and accused developers Arrowhead Game Studios of silencing them. One activist, going by the name of that, told the outlet the problem here isn't actually that. Those are an unfortunate fact of life that can never be fully eradicated. The problem is that Arrowhead's official spaces have made the deliberate decision to silence voices under the guise of banning any political discussion, as if people's identities are political, and as if the game was not created and marketed as a heavy-handed piece of political satire.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they're trying to get away from this is because it just leads to lots of anger, because there's one person on the one side who agrees with that, and then the other with that. And again, there's just an expectation, especially from these, I guess you'd say, those who live in the West, that they have to get this type of support from every single game developer, while Arrowhead just wants to avoid any of that discussion. They just want people concentrating on the gameplay, concentrating on the game. Well, there's an argument from this individual and many others that you can't separate it from, because, again, the game is a political satire. But it continues on. Polygon's reporter also claimed that an individual named Wendy demanded pride flag capes be added to the game in the official Discord server after numerous gamers told her to keep the propaganda away. She changed her profile to that flag. And then the writer then detailed, after posting a long message in the official Helldivers 2 Discord detailing the events and asking for proper moderation, she was timed out for 24 hours. Her message was deleted, and another swarm of people DM'd her. And it continues that those who are on the opposing side, they also ended up getting timed out. A number of players in the game's Steam forums have indicated they were kicked from the game's Discord for opposing that type of propaganda in the game. And the article just goes on to point out the frustration from both sides, those who want it, those who don't want it, with them being banned. And pretty much Arrowhead is just taking an apolitical stance. They want to avoid any of that discussion. They just want people concentrating on the actual game, which I personally think is perfectly fine. And that is how a lot of games have and probably should go about it, just because it leads to lots of, well, chaos like we are seeing right now. But Helldivers 2 is, again, still one of the big success stories of 2024. And let me know your thoughts on everything that we did discuss today. A lot going on in the video game industry, a lot that we have to catch up on. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on all the stories down below. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video. Consider subscribing for a lot more videos like this. I'll see you later.
Now that you own your brand, you gotta put it to work. The cover we all repeat. It's that simple. Hey everybody, welcome into Home Out Rip. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the latest LEGO deals and some of the new sets that are going to be releasing in April 2024. So let's go ahead and take a look at the screen here and see what's going on the LEGO website. So what we're wanting to look at over here in shop is we want to look at coming soon. And of course I'll go over some of the promotions, if there's any gift purchases or any other things I'm going to pick up later in this video. So some of the newest things coming out here. All right, we've got the heavy hitters right out front here. So we're going to start with Batman, the animated series Gotham Adventure. This like art set. This is releasing on April 4th or April 1st. Of course, if you're a actual like VIP or insider member, which has free to sign up for, of course, so might as well sign up for it to get points back. You can use towards LEGO or other items that they sell. Up here, so this is an interesting set. It is like an art set. It's like 3D. See if the pictures can show a good use of it. Here's kind of a little video. I don't think we'll watch the whole thing here. Yeah, you can see it has like extra play features and Easter eggs, and sticker details, all kinds of stuff. There's kind of a picture of it. It's the skyline, has the Batman logo going across. It does come with some fun minifigures. Again, this is based on animated series, like from the 90s and such there. So it comes with Catwoman, Batman, Harley Quinn, and the Joker, of course, because every Batman set needs Joker these days. Here's the box art, and give you an idea of the scale of it. And this one here, so it's pretty big. It can be hung up on a wall, of course, or it can just sit on a table, I believe. So here's another kind of set of it. But there's all kinds of Easter eggs in it, containing 4,210 pieces. Of course, a lot of them are small, so it's only 300 only. It's only $299.99 US dollars. So Batman fans and fans of the animated series, this is likely a day one purchase for them. For everybody else who was just looking at maybe as an art set or maybe some of the exclusive minifigures, maybe not for us. But so we'll keep going. But just an interesting one coming out in April here. So the big one we're taking a look at today is the Dungeons and Dragons set coming out April 1st. It's called the Red Dragon's Tale. So you can see some pictures here. There's a lot of fun detail in this set. This is a LEGO Ideas set based on the original creation. Here's just a quick picture of the original set on the LEGO Ideas website. It was like a green dragon, overall the same kind of idea with like a diorama and such there. As you can see the minifigures that were supposed to be included. They changed it to a red dragon, which I think is a good idea because it pops against all the other green foliage and everything. Let's see, this is like a spinning set. Has an open back to it, that's also interesting. But it comes with a good number of minifigures, some like character builds, like animals, like an owl bear, and a few other things. This set is fairly modern. You can take each little piece apart. The idea is you can also get like a D&D campaign story like this, which is really fun. I personally don't play Dungeons and Dragons, but I know some other folks do. So that could be a fun thing. But if you look over here, the price is $359.99. So is it worth it?
I added a whole lot of money. So it's 90, 89. Don't want this. Here, hold on. Okay, here.
Hey,
No.
Well,
No.
No, thank you.
All right, we'll start with one of each and take it from there. There you go.
$359.
What? You haven't actually seen it though. That's just one piece.
What?
That's just one bit of it. Thing is huge.
I love that. I'm like, what? It better be for that price, but I'm
Assuming the whole thing is not $359. The $359 is just that one piece.
No. The whole
thing
the
is
whole
359.
set is $359.
Okay.
That's just zoomed
That-
in on
he-
one
he's-
piece of the set.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just going over some of the bits and pieces of it.
Oh, because I just.
He's kind of dumb for a 10-year-old.
Wow.
Here, so the big one we're taking a look at today is the Dungeons and Dragons set coming out April 1st.
Okay,
It's
that's
called
cool.
the Red Dragon's Tale. So you can see some of the pictures here. There's a lot of fun detail in this set. This is a Lego Ideas set based on an original creation. Here's just a quick picture of the original set on the Lego Ideas website. It was like a green dragon, but overall the same kind of idea with like a diorama and such there. As you can see the minifigures that were supposed to be included. They changed it to a red dragon, which I think is a good idea because it pops against all the other green foliage and everything. Let's see, this is like a spinning set. Has an open back to it, and that's also interesting. But it comes with a good number of minifigures, some like character builds, like animals, like a owlbear, a few other things. This set is fairly modular. You can take each little piece apart. The idea is you can also get like a D&D campaign story to play with this, which is really fun. I personally don't play Dungeons & Dragons, but I have some other folks who do, so that could be a fun thing. But if we look over here, the price is $359.99. So is it worth buying this? Plus, you have to buy the campaign separately, which I think for about $30 or selling it like for VIP points. Is it really worth the investment? No. If you have a friend who's into it, it gets it for you, maybe. But otherwise, you can see all the fun details, all unique minifigures in this set, which is great. You can see some of the other characters, the Gelatinous Cube. Here's kind of the back of the box. It's kind of set, and it's kind of what they're trying to advertise it as is like a fun thing to play like the campaign with and everything. So 3,745 pieces for $359. So overall, not a bad price per piece ratio, but then again, it's going to be really interesting to see how this appeals to audiences because it's a little niche, but we're selling it to the Dungeons and Dragons people, but we're selling it to the Castle folks. So, when you put this next to like the Myrex Castle or something, it might look okay. And I'm sure we're going to see plenty of comparisons out there of folks doing just that. Because look at it on its own, it's just kind of a broken down castle with a little inn and matches like the blacksmith at the roof.
You worry about you.
It's like, hey Amber, did you see the Snow White castle that they put out?
I did,
The
yeah.
Snow White cottage.
I don't have, no time. I have no time anymore until May minimum. I have 7 assignments due just this week for one class.
Ugh.
And I wish they were all easy, like, oh, just type a little discussion. No, it's like 2 pages worth of typing per assignment. I have to record a whole 5-minute speech.
Oh.
I'm not, no.
Gross.
But she basically had to create a YouTube channel that she could private link to the class.
That's fucked up.
But that way there, it's an easy way to
Halo, don't you
Do her
even.
presentation.
Yeah.
He's over here stepping back. No.
He's like, friend?
Yeah.
More like
Food.
That too. But I think the other thought process behind that is if you do it with YouTube, minimize the school's hosting responsibilities.
In other words, they can literally just go on and view it as
Well,
opposed
that
to.
was one of the options. That was one of the options. It was the easiest option. I didn't know how to use the other.
Thank you again.
No problem.
You're gonna have to move.
He's like, fuck that shit.
Riggs, watch out, boy.
Riggs, hey,
Riggs, watch out.
down.
No.
Lay down.
Yeah, just take another one. It's fine.
That's okay.
He's like, it's only Riggs.
Yeah, and if Riggs stands up and says hi.
Like that?
Hi, I'm here for my food.
Hey, lay down.
Thank you.
No. Lay down.
Nose trying to.
He's not. He's putting in his order.
Here.
He's being very specific.
Yeah.
Lay
Give
down.
me food.
Lay down. Turd.
Lots of food.
Oh, wow, that hurt.
Alright.
Oh, he just whacked his nose into my nose.
Lots and lots and lots of food.
Here's you. Thank you.
Here's Anna. Calm down.
Why do that?
No, that was not an invitation for you. To my friend, I'm sorry.
He says otherwise.
He does.
You see the look on Halo's face?
Yeah, oh yeah, he'll do that if you don't give him food.
And
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, if you sit there and flat out tell him no to his face while you've got food in your hands, that's what he will do. Glare at you.
Where's mine?
And tell you just how wrong you are.
Exactly.
Well, you also have company.
I guess I've read over my complaint.
Alright. And you thought this was a family of 4, it's now 9.
Halo, Dave.
Get out of there, you old dad. Okay. Okay, I'll be getting that in a second. That's empty.
You realize that in a second he'll be gone. You're coming around me back.
I know, I can feel.
He's like vegan.
Worse. On an average night, if we go to like McDonald's or something, this one usually winds up getting like 6 or 7 fries out of me. And then usually I'll end up giving him a chunk of nugget or a chunk of burger or whatever. Worse.
It's like yesterday, we had to go to Concord. And initially we were gonna create him. But he assaulted Amber and kind of guilted us when he knew that.
You were going to be going without him.
Yeah. Well, on the way back, we stopped at the Mobile in Northwood.
Hey, Amber, did you get any of your sweet and sour? Oh, okay.
Is that
I think this is the duck sauce. I think this is the sweet and sour.
Yeah, it is.
this is sweet.
This duck, that's sweet.
At the Rody's chicken. He wound up getting.
Hang on. I'll get you started. Like, here, I'll
He's
take
like,
that.
fuck you, feed me.
Take that over here. I got one.
Colors and details. So interesting set coming out April 1st for Insiders. And I think that's really about it. We covered Snow White and the medieval town square in one of our last videos and such. There's a good bit, of course, coming out in May, so make sure you stay tuned for that. That's going to be a lot of Star Wars for May the 4th be with you and everything. So definitely keep an eye on that. That's going to be a bigger release than this one. But those are the two biggest ones I wanted to hit here for you. So let's look at some of the promos they got going on right now. We got that in another tab. This week's feature promotion, gift with purchase, is this little Easter coming up. Easter bunny with colorful eggs through the 31st. Through April, I don't think we have anything too concrete on what's going to be starting. The main thing that's going to be coming out is an exclusive gift with purchase for the Dungeons and Dragons set. So let me see if I can find that.
Running in Lululemon feels familiar, comfortable, supportive, and free.
On my best run, it doesn't even feel like I'm moving, and you feel like you can go for days.
Okay, and here is the gift with purchase that's going to be coming out only if you buy the Dungeons and Dragons set. Likely just at the beginning of the month here. So it's one of those yellow box promos, so that's just the instruction manual with a couple bags inside. You can kind of see it. It's interesting. It's a dice box, so you can put your actual dice in it, use it like in a campaign if you really wanted to. Here's just another quick. This is a visualization, so not the actual set. Pretty close to what it might look like. It's also, I think, was a Lego idea set itself. So it's interesting to see that they did kind of adapt that as well and made them kind of 2-in-1 that you can kind of do. Only, of course, if you buy it at the very beginning, kind of like they did with the Avengers Tower and the Taxi. However, I do not think I'm going to be picking this one up on April 1st. So I might miss out on that, but I don't feel too bad because it's like a larger scale chest. Anyway, it's not really minifigure scale, and I'm not a D&D guy, so I think I'm okay missing out on that. Other than that, I think we're expecting some more flower sets coming out as far as some gift purchases. They normally do that kind of near Easter and April as well, so we have to look out for that. I think we're overdue for double points, so I'm assuming that's going to happen at some point. Also coming soon, I think the next collectible minifigures are going to be Space. Again, it's not a leak, just a rumor that I've heard and seen it publicly posted at a numerous amount of spots. So hopefully that's going to be coming out soon. So let's take a look if there's any last minute sales on the actual Lego website. Of course, always check places like Amazon, Walmart, Target to see if there's any other fun things going on. Other things on sale. Last year's Advent calendar, Black Panther stuff. The Atari's going to be retiring soon, so if you're interested in that, definitely look at picking that up. Some of the Stunts keychains, bags, Hulkbuster that's always on sale, of course. Those BrickHeads again. And more keychains. So nothing too crazy there, but just want to give you an update of some of the things coming out here soon. I don't think either of those, especially the Batman set or the Dungeons and Dragons set, is going to be a day one purchase for me. Either are really my cup of tea anyway. I'm not looking for display pieces. I might get the Dungeons and Dragons set one day, but we don't really have a castle area in our Lego City at the moment. So maybe one day I think it would look good if you go into that. Of course, if you have the Lion Knight's Castle and you're getting some of these other sets that are coming out, like the Village, I'm sure we're going to be making our way by the Lego store at some point here soon. But I think that's going to do it for today. Let me know in the comments below if you're planning on picking any of these things up, if you have any questions for me. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for even more content coming your way. Until next
Oh God.
Whoa, dude, did we time travel or something? Don't overdose your kitty on treats, or you'll end up with a fluffy, lagging OS laugh. He didn't say anything, but this star screamed he's fresh out of the army louder than a megaphone.
Wake up dry with Good Nights, the #1 bedwetting underwear. Good Nights holds 3 water bottles and absorbs 5 times faster than Ninjamas. For up to 100% leak-free nights. Awesome days.
I'm gonna use a Little Mermaid one.
Always.
When you just want to satisfy your mischievous antics, but your owner is a girl in her 20s is crisis. Quick reminder, never challenge this animal on the runway. You're setting yourself up for a big failure. This sweater was supposed to be comfy on the go, but guess the ad lied to us. Having a girl cat teaches you fairness in the keys of smooth cohabitation. Dude acts like he's just finished the whole night shift, though the task is napping. Special folks get the VIP treatment. Otherwise, these orange cats are just sassy 24/7.
Jamming is on the cat's ear.
Just because the body's up doesn't mean the brain is on board too.
Hey, Amber. That's what Paul looks like without coffee.
Paul?
Paul.
Did you hear that? My elegant lady title is in serious jeopardy. Practice makes perfect before the real deal. And balloons are the perfect training wheels for parenthood. The family's got some kids after a vacay. Maybe a tad too much. Cats are weird. They need a not too quiet spot to zen out properly. Some catties are stubborn, thinking their adorable charm can sway even the most unyielding minds. Yeah.
What?
He must be hiding his secret AirPods somewhere in his fluffy fur. Forget pacifiers. That's just outdated. It's horsifiers are the new trend in stress management. This black cat has decided it's time to level up his drinking stuff. Some cats get bored fast, but they're into repeat fun without yawning. Hey, please have some self-respect. You're touching a forbidden spot.
Yes.
You may not believe it, but the celeb who rocks the barn isn't munching on veggies.
Oh.
Guess we've just discovered a new type of bird, the four-legged ones. When you let the older child guide the little crow, and things are not as you expected. If teamwork does not make the dream work, time to blame the one who involved. This guy's ready to join the party. The only thing he needs now is an invitation. God sometimes plays mix and match with instinct, like giving this boy snake vibes. To snag your favourite stuff, sometimes you've got to pull off a sly move. It's all part of the game. This is the vibe of sale days in shopping malls, especially when there are only a few items left.
Thank you. Oh my god.
When food's on the table, just forget siblings. It's every man for himself.
Wow.
Now what are you gonna do, boy? I've yet to meet a guy unimpressed by my sexiness. Valentine's around the corner. Fingers crossed for a partner in crime. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
You just drooled on my foot. That was rude.
It's time for better internet and mobile. Switch to Xfinity. Home of the Xfinity 10G network.
Next on News Be Funny, animals.
That is so great.
Stealing the show. Out in the field. In the studio.
Snakes that you find in the Metroplex area.
All of this and more.
Hold it tight. Hold it tight. Hold it tight.
Coming up next.
Anyway, we're actually going to try to get to some questions. A little difficult. A little distracting. Not too much, you know.
First, let's go to Sam Fenwick, reporting live at Blackbrook Farms.
Yes, it's breakfast time here for the sheep.
Now to the Australian Museum with presenter Peter Helliar.
What is my finding? Look at how she's as well.
Let's head over to reporter Linda Carson. She's in Palmetto for the Manatee County Fair.
The judging is complete, so come on out and meet the winners. The goats will be here through Saturday, and they're very friendly. From the Manatee County Fair, Linda Carson, ABC7. Would you not eat my pants?
Don't do it.
Happening right now, anchor Deborah Duncan has a surprise guest from the Staples Safari Zoo.
Right now.
Oh, take that.
I didn't mean to tease you. I think you just got pulled by a monkey.
For a look at how animals are dealing with cold weather at Caddyshack Ranch, here's reporter Haley Winslow.
This is Sal. He's about 14 years old. He doesn't like the cold as much as the tigers, do you? But he's choosing to be outside, and if it gets really cold, he can go into his den in the back. Right, Cal?
A trio of llamas are on the loose in a Medford neighborhood. Reporter Eliana Sheriff has the story.
These three llamas showed up here Thursday night. Here we are almost a week later, and they're still roaming throughout the area. Neighbors say they're trying to find the owners, but no one has claimed them yet. And now they're trying to figure out what to do next.
Developing now, reporter Scott Mattis is live in Hernando with details on a large mystery cat sighting.
I'm Scott Mattis, live in Hernando, Mississippi, where there's been spottings of a cougar, and that's not it. That looks like a house cat. But we're just feet away from where a local man rolled his cell phone video on what some say is a cougar. I'll be right back with a live report.
Let's turn to financial expert Julie Staub for consumer advice.
¿Cómo? ¿Qué vino primero? ¿El huevo o la gallina?
For more on floodwaters affecting animals in St. Louis, here's reporter Paul Shankman. There's new developments on a suspected panther in East Ayrshire. Here's presenter Sally Magnuson with the latest.
Police have confirmed that a big cat spotted by residents in East Ayrshire is not a black panther. An expert has been unable to confirm exactly what type of cat triggered a search that involved a police helicopter. It was spotted around 9:15 this morning. Somebody's making me laugh here. In fields near the B730 between the villages of Drongan and Cole Hall.
Let's send it out to reporter Tabitha Lipkin. She's at the Eco Vivarium in Escondido.
Hey, Amber, would that be you?
Hi. I made a friend. This is Reggie. Reggie is an 11-foot. Hi. Oh. Yeah, he's so nice. Look at him.
Now back inside to anchors Terrell Brown and Tanya Babich for a preview of a reptile show coming to Tinley Park.
Just want to support him. He's holding on to me now.
Yeah.
And then yes, he kind of helps you out by grabbing onto you and
Got it.
so this is
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you so much. You're so welcome. Thanks for having me. Now, if you want to,
Not this way, not with the head, not this way. Can you turn
if anybody wants to give you kisses, I did watch this. If you want to check out some of these critters for yourself.
Here's a look at tornado damage in Malakoff. Reporter Andrea Martinez joins us from the scene.
Oh my God, Kofi, look at that dog. That is so great.
Where's the family?
Until it moved, I thought it was
Are they looking
just
at
off.
Another one right there.
That's awesome.
Let's check in with reporters Kelsey Kushner and Meg McNamara. They have a special guest from the Maryland Zoo.
You guys. This is what you've been missing. I told you that it was my first day anchoring and the birds laughing at me. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What do we have here? Okay.
You can hear. They are native to Australia. And you can find them in all habitats. What you're hearing right now is a territorial call. And this call is primarily dusk and dawn.
Now over to presenter Ilona Lenarte for reaction to a mass renovation plan.
Проголосовать за снос включенного в программу реновации дома. У меня тут собака. Ага. Можно будет через интернет или в районном отделении МФС. Артем Васильев расскажет подробнее. Что у меня делает собака в студии, ребят? Я вообще кошатница. Я кошатница, я люблю кошек.
Let's go to reporter Steve Burton. He's joined by Michael Raldovsky of Rainforest Reptile Shows.
It's okay. Come a little closer. I'm going to say hello to about Joni. Do they know each? They no, hold him tight. Hold him tight. Hold him tight. Hold him tight. I got it. That's okay. All right. All right, Joni, you got it. See that?
Alligator wrestling.
Oh, yeah. How's your fix? I'm okay. You haven't had that workout since, hold him tight. I want the thing is strong.
I got
Joe, you all right?
I'm fine.
The tension starts taking. Oh, all right. It helped. So, all right.
Damn. We know it's more than a car or a house.
Fine job. The Humane Society of Cobb County has new pets ready for adoption. Anchor Karen Graham has the information.
And this cat has actually been entertaining us in the studio for about 15 minutes.
Energetic little boy.
He wants to run.
I think we overexcited him. We had this little tail thing that we had him getting excited over during the commercial break, and he just literally we saw it coming, but we didn't know it was going to happen on live television.
A special visitor brightens spirits at Children's Hospital in Brighton. Anchor Robert Bradfield has more.
Now to the story of a pig that is inspiring others. One
Crispy bacon.
One potbelly pig has certainly endured his share of problems. Crispy Bacon was born without the use of his You have to read this story.
I've heard of him.
Mom used to
Mm. I think he died. That was years ago.
Which is not.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Quite possible.
This just in, Anchor Tony Pepper has the stock market update.
On the New York Stock Exchange, prices were lowered despite a late rally. The trading was very active. Ed Berger's coming up in just a few moments. Dow Jones Industrials closed down nearly 2 points. An average share of common stock gave 4 cents, more than 37 million shares were traded. Well, tonight, our money reporter Ed Berger is prepared, I think, to talk turkey on inflation. And
Tony, the current inflation problem has made it very difficult to get any bargains. Now, it seems appropriate that
An impatient dog was found outside of a subway in Ohio. Anchor Laura Terrell has the story.
That is Diamond. A couple had stopped at the subway in Grove City for some lunch when they saw this little dog barking and honking at its owner to hurry up. The video was posted on Facebook. Turns out this is not the first time Diamond has caused a ruckus. The pup has been seen around town doing this.
That is hilarious.
Tom's about to lose it. Oh, but seriously, what a sassy dog.
Listen, bitch, how long does it take to get a fucking sub? Get out here.
Okay.
We can't show that story.
For a closer look at the Texas rat snake in studio, here's anchor Michael Scott.
Can I find this in Arlington? Oh, good grief, yes. Oh, boy. Let's see how long it is. Let's hold it out. I'll take it. It's probably close to 5 feet.
Texas rat snakes are going to be one of the largest snakes that you find in the Metroplex area.
What?
Get this thing off me, man. Get this thing off me, man.
Oh, no.
God dang. What is this thing jumping at me for, man? He likes you, yeah, I can tell, man. All right, let's try to get back under control. You're gonna tell me this thing jumped? Okay, let's try to get control here. You're all right. So, the Texas rat snake can be up to 5 feet long, huh? That's right. Some of them can get upwards and approach 7 feet.
Let's tackle viewer pet questions in Baltimore. Veterinarian Dr. Kim Hammond joins anchor Mindy Basara with the answers.
High five. High five. Oh,
Hi.
it's for you.
This is, of course, Dr. Kim Hammond and his friend Mikey. Mikey's like a toddler on crack.
This is
There's a couple
I have to tell you, Mikey is an emissary for our next generation. This is my chair. A rapidly disappearing ecosystem, and you're Mikey name, so.
Mikey in your house.
He'll come for a visit and he'll teach your kids a little bit. You can call calls at our hospital. They'll give you the name, but it's a company called Party Safari.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Don't pull all the wires.
Oh, boy. Okay. So anyway, we're actually going to try to get to some questions. It's a little difficult. It's a little distracting. Not too much, you know.
Why?
A little.
It's a normal day in the Hammond household.
Right. Let's try to get to a question. This is from Roy. My cat's diet consists of dry food and a treat of some moist cat food in the morning.
Right.
He gets sick on occasion. Result looks like he didn't even swallow or chew his food. Should this be something to worry about?
No, it's not something to worry about, but you should definitely pursue that. Sometimes with cats, when they get sick, we use, it's hair related, or it's eating too fast, or it's too rich, because the cats can throw out normally. So maybe use a little hairball medicine, give smaller portions, that kind of stuff.
All right, I'm a little lost now.
Non-pause, okay.
Mike, you just put out my script a little bit, but I think our next question is from Sharon.
Okay.
Is that right? Okay, great. Great. Sharon says, I adopted a setter mix from the shelter after she had been home for a few months. She became very itchy and lost clumps of hair. It resolved itself, but now 3 months later it's back. Any recommendations?
Yeah, definitely. The recommendations are go to your veterinarian because it could be a mange problem or it could be an allergy problem. And it's absolutely something that can be taken care of, but you have to diagnose it. Here's to the news.
Mike, I need these.
Okay.
All right. Can we go to the next question? I'll read it off the screen. Maybe not. Okay, this is from Jay Hillier. Our dog was diagnosed with ruptured knee ligament. Could you please talk about the procedure to correct it?
Oh, ruptured knee ligament is really simple. It's all surgery, and depending on the type of the ligament, sometimes a specialist has to do it, sometimes your veterinarian can do it. But basically, they go in there and they repair it, just like they repair a human ligament, and your dog can come back almost 100% depending on how much injury there is to
All right.
it.
Can you let me know the next time Mike can do this? I will be calling in sick.
By the way, what page are we on?
All right. You can email your questions, pet questions, at the WGALchannel.com, or you can visit our website. Or you can send us All right. Bye, Marky. Go. I'll see you later. Okay. Thanks so much for stopping by. Second kid, I will.
It's definitely got something going on. Yeah, probably. Of course, if I had to say newsroom with some of these people out there.
I think the closest news you'll ever get is like local man dressed as Burger King murders somebody.
No, I was actually on local news.
What'd you do?
The dog thing with Grammy Rose up in Bridgeton.
Sorry.
I guess the headline read local man dead for not bringing home dogs.
Tommy down. Down.
Bobby, yeah.
Tommy down.
He's like, fuck you, Uncle.
Down. Down.
What if my type 2 diabetes takes over? What if all I do isn't enough? Or what if we can do diabetes differently?
I give him an animal cracker, but leave him off the top.
Now you can with one sweet.
Decisions. Will I have tea or coffee this morning? Choose a nice healthy bowl of porridge or that delicious mouth-watering bacon sandwich. Sorry, where was I? Oh yes, decisions. Here's a new choice that suddenly appeared. Feed dog or walk dog? He does look hungry. I think I'll feed him. You feed the dog to the dragon lurking outside? What? No, that's not what I meant. I'm two. When it comes to decisions in video games, developers tend to give the players as much information as possible up front, so that they can at least predict the immediate outcomes of their choice. The long-term effects may be unforeseeable, but the short-term, they should be pretty obvious, right? Well, not with the following games. These are the times developers either straight up trolled their players, or for one reason or another, neglected to give them a crucial piece of information before a big decision. And the results? Well, they are downright disastrous. I'm Ashton from Triple Jump, and here are 10 video game decisions with disastrous unintended consequences. Number 10, fantasize about chopping off a hand. Baldur's Gate 3. We may as well start with the inspiration for this video. Baldur's Gate 3 is a masterpiece with a beautiful world, deep characters, and more more choices than you can shake a dungeon master at. Some of those decisions, though, don't play out the way the player intended. Kick the squirrel, anyone? But it is going down the path of the Dark Urge where things truly start flying off the rails. The Dark Urge is a special origin character, and while players can customize their appearance, they can't do much regarding their tendency towards violence. Something poor James discovered firsthand. Near the start of the game, players will stumble upon a peculiar scene of an arm magically sticking out of a rock. This is Gale, and he needs the player's help in pulling him out. Here they are offered a number of choices, ranging from asking Gale what happened to attempting to pull him free to leaving him to his fate. The Dark Urge, however, has an extra option. Fantasize about chopping off a hand. Sounds like an atrocious daydream, doesn't it? Nothing more. Well, the Dark Urge acts out their dreams, it seems. Pick this option, and after some screaming, you'll open your eyes to find Gale gone with nothing but a bloody hand left waiting for you.
Oh my god!
Sorry, Gale. Number 9, send Trigby to Parley, the Banner Saga 2. Survival.
Next on News Be Funny, the Easter Bunny. Festive fun and games. Delicious candy. All of this and more. Starting now. It's not quite 7:30 on Easter morning, and reporter Alan Sanchez is already under pressure.
Give him the bastards.
Oh.
No. How disturbing.
Did you notice they're using the bunny system? And scuba diving pay? And Harold Day.
Unfortunately. No, just kidding.
Into Easter weekend rather. Low 60s for Saturday, upper 60s to near 70 on Sunday, and Monday will be into the low 70s with full sunshine.
Reporter Melissa Stevens has made the journey from South Bend to be taken on an official tour of the Elkhart Easter egg hunt.
Oh, look at this. We have a special guest, everybody. We have the Easter Bunny. And, who knows? Maybe you'll see that happen when you're looking for the... But, you just never know what you're going to see when you're out on the trail. Speaking of the Easter Bunny, is he okay? Yeah, right? Is he doing all right?
Sure. Have a costume individual
there,
chasing
so
kids around at night.
He may have a bruised steak.
That's
Well,
only
we wish him
mildly
well, and
fucked
we will
up.
check out his condition and make sure to bring that to you later on today.
Also put a little rabbit on your Easter bunny.
Easter bunny, all the Easter egg hunts out there, and yeah, we'll have the big forecast. Yeah, I know, I said hunt.
Easter hunt.
Oh boy. Take it away.
Hi, Howard.
Um,
Are you having a good Friday today?
Yeah, but actually on the air, we're on TV. Yeah, thanks. Right now? Yeah, thank you. What? Thanks for what? What? It just doesn't get any better than doing this stuff down here.
This is live TV, and you're rolling with the punch as well.
Anyhow, for the past 4 months, I've been waiting for the Chrysler Concorde to come in. He's pulling his tail.
That's the Easter Bunny.
You just can't get this type of entertainment on so many networks. I called my friend Bishan Fatty out of Village Chrysler for many, many times back in December because I've been actually waiting on this car. And you're going to see Concords all over the road.
Inevitably, it's early evening, and for evening anchor Jack Caudill, it's time for Pet of the Week.
Well, if you're looking to have a hair-raising good time, you might want to consider adopting the Humane Society's Pet of the Week, or should we say Pets of the Week?
Yes, pets, that's right. This week we're introducing you to two floppy-eared friends, Lopsy and Bee, a pair of bunnies. These 7-year-old companions. Jack, why are you laughing? Okay,
So I need to take this over, you guys. Where are we at? Meaning they both must go to their new home together. It's only $20 for the cuddly companions, and it's almost Easter. So if you're looking for your very own Easter bunny, stop by the Humane Society of the Black Hills and hop its leg in Native Park.
Something struck me as funny about the name Lopsy.
I've never seen Jack and his laughing, so I think it's a good name for a bunny. Like a bunny, I would name it Lopsy. Mira, hay aguantado. No tiene una base dura. Aguanta. A ver.
That looks like delicious.
It was.
$1,500 hay que poner ahora. ¿Quién lo va a pagar esto?
Yo te digo, escúchame, Débora, esto es para sacar el mal gusto de ayer que me quedó el partido Racing, ¿eh?
Mariano, a mí me habían hablado realmente de tu habilidad para romper los huevos, pero nunca pensé verlo en vivo, realmente.
7-day outlook, big time changes. 66 today for Los Angeles, cooling down to a high of only 63 degrees, and an overnight low drop down to 47. That's going to happen on Thursday. Starting to clear up Friday. Hey, Saturday. Wait a minute. It's the Easter Bunny, man. What's up with that? Yeah.
Ears
Get
were a
him outta
little
here.
short for proportions.
It looked more like the Stay Puft Marshmallow. I know that.
New year, better connection. Switch to Xfinity. Home of the Xfinity 10G network. Enjoy the speed you need. Get gig speed Wi-Fi.
Biggest Easter bunny on the planet, man. I mean, that is a huge rabbit. That's a lot going on. Look at that. 53 degrees over the daytime high. Tomorrow, rain moving into the area basically on Wednesday. And Thursday, we can expect to see some more rain. That's it. Back to you and the bunny, Frank. All right, Mark. Thank you.
Reporter Chris Williams has come to Kilwins in Petoskey to meet Steve Hooley, and something has happened.
From Kilwins and Steve, thanks for having us in your taco packer, everything. Hey, you guys are hopping around here, really busy. This is crazy for you this time of year.
This is a real busy time. Probably our second busiest holiday of the year, right after Christmas, and probably right before Valentine's Day.
You start this out, you start working right after Valentine's Day, right? You start early.
You bet. We have all our products shipped to the store by mid-March, so and we're just finishing up right now.
You're friends with the Easter Bunny?
He is without a doubt our best customer.
The Easter Bunny's your friend. Steve, I'll get out of the one over here. Mary Rose is with us, and Mary, you're working on a giant rabbit here. How big is this guy?
This guy is going to be 22 pounds or bigger.
And you do a lot of the. You do. As we're continuing to work on this, have you seen?
Easter bunnies aren't the only ones going bounce crazy today.
Yep, so are the folks at Sky High Sports. That's where Melissa's joining us live. And yes, folks, she is in heels. Heels. No, I'm not. No, but you guys, I changed. I'm now in this fabulous bunny costume so that I can do lots of stunts. Would you like to see me dressed up?
Yeah.
And doing stunts. Okay, I'm working. Yes.
Go. Wow, you did a
Wait, how are you talking and flipping at the same time?
She's good.
You are good.
Whoop.
Okay. Yeah. Like me,
Does your pet have what it takes to be a star? Cadbury USA is searching for its next spokes animal. Any pet can try out. There's a photo and a video submission component to the contest. Some owners show off their furry friend in ears, hats, or other costumes. The winner will be the new Cadbury.
Oh.
You gotta help me with this. Say that word.
Clucking?
Where's my remote?
Clucking bunny?
I was afraid I was going to say something.
Look,
bad.
synchronized.
Bunny commercial and receipt. Some owners show off their furry friend in ears, hats, or other costumes. The winner will be the new Cadbury. You gotta help me with this. Say that word.
Clucking? Clucking bunny?
I was afraid I was going to say something bad. Bunny commercial and receive a $5,000 cash prize The deadline to enter is March 1st. Last year's winner, Lieutenant Dan, will serve as a guest judge. The winner will be announced on March 23rd. I was really afraid I was going to misspeak and say something really bad on TV and into a lot of trouble.
So we're on a 5-second delay.
Are we?
Yeah. I don't know if I can confirm that.
I don't think we are.
Producing
And I'd like to have a job at the end of the night, Marcus.
See you on YouTube, Phil.
Yeah.
Over at CTV Morning Live, their mission is to mash up news and Easter at the same time, which isn't easy.
That it is all in good fun, and we're continuing the fun right now all morning long. Look at these ears. All morning long, Katrin and I have been trying to get you ready for Easter, and now we're going to do a little bunny toss. These are inflatable ears.
Is the bunny?
Yes, correct.
I'm the tosser.
This is from the dollar
Wow.
store in case anyone wants to try this at home. But Katrin's going to try and land these inflatable rings.
Okay, I'm going to try to do this. I take ring tossing very seriously, so you're going to want to launch back. This is going to be better than my curling video. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we almost got that one. Okay. Hop a little, like, harder, Alex, okay? Harder? Like, higher. That's what I'm sorry, I was confusing it with curling. Very hard, very hard. Okay. That was the closest. Okay, we got to clutch.
Okay, regroup.
Regroup.
Clean up.
That was really
Clean
just
up
a
on
warm-up,
aisle 12.
okay? That was a warm-up. We got that.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. 1,
Katrin, you're out of frame.
Oh, sorry. I'm too focused on the athletics of this. Athletics is a very loose term for anything I do. Okay.
What's up? I honestly
I
don't.
was going to subject them to me being on the news.
No.
Oh, you mean the dog thing?
You've already showed them last year when it happened. You've shown everybody you've talked to about that. We don't need to subject everybody to your talking on the news. I'm watching a woman back down as a bunny, okay?
Okay.
You wanna do that?
No.
How dare you say that on this thing?
Okay. This, every time I'm so close.
I hope this is on at someone's like dentist office on mute, and it's just very confusing.
It's us hopping around, no sound. Like, what are they doing?
We don't need to know.
You know?
Okay, one last round.
We're not out of breath at all right now. Okay, that was a loud scream. Sorry.
Sorry, audio. Katrin, come on!
Maybe
You're
it's
not
you.
even trying.
Maybe you.
I'm standing still.
Maybe it's you. You're the bunny here.
Right, so it's definitely me. Okay.
Easter Sunday, about as good as an Easter Sunday forecast could be. Mid to upper 40s for the sunrise services at 6:56 in the morning, and mid 70s by Easter afternoon. Dinner outside.
Oh, wait a second. You can't do that up here. They can be up here, but that, okay? You gotta stop that, Mark. You
pansy.
Speaking of babies, we want to congratulate Channel 10 photo journalist Joe Baker and his wife, Colby, on the birth of their daughter. How about it?
Oh, look, she's beautiful.
Golly, look at her.
She was born yesterday. That counts.
Action going up on it here.
And congratulations.
I'm sorry, that baby kind of looks like Jabba the Hutt.
Well, at least you were nice and didn't say she was ugly with car smash assholes.
She just got this look of, bring me Solo and the Wookiee. You can't.
I didn't ask for this when I'm 18. I had to have a credit score.
Why? There are actually people out there that want to sue their parents for having them because they didn't consent to being alive.
Go right ahead.
That's the way to get out of it. No refunds, but man.
I'm not being involved in you suing your parents.
No, I'm suing yours to get rid of you because he produced you.
Yeah, but I didn't tell him to take you. You told yourself you would take him.
So technicalities.
Hey, no. If we're going down this road, all technicalities are valid.
And if we're going to look at it from this perspective, am I recalling right? But wasn't it your uncle that pronounced you husband and wife?
Technically not his uncle-in-law.
But it was your uncle.
It was signed before the wedding, so technically it was his uncle-in-law that performed it.
Wow.
Technically, it can't be because you were married, so there's no in-law. Well, we signed.
Had the marriage certificate and everything.
Technically, you were not married, and so it's not your uncle-in-law. By-law, outlaw, whatever. He was not related to you at the time of signing, so that invalidates the signature. Next.
Give him a minute to think.
Yeah, I got to get this ugly kid off the TV.
It's Joe, and we're so excited for you.
We will announce the third rabbit swimming in 49 months. Have a terrific day and a great Easter.
You know, I was trying to get the Easter Bunny to come over and help me do the weather, but she's just won't even hop along, you know. Not the level disturbance is trying to move out of the area. It will slowly creep out. And the bunny is hopping into the picture. What do I know? Can you point your ears at this thing and get it out of here? No, just like this Flemish,
Oh dear God!
If you just look at the map. Come on. You're good at hopping, aren't you? Hey, and if you move the ears like that, it just bang out. Oh well, see, it's leaving.
Thank you so much, Easter Bunny.
Well, thank you very much, Easter Bunny, because that's what everybody wanted to see after yesterday. I'll tell you that. A very dangerous weather, of course, we had in the area, and the bunny just hopped it on out of here.
Meanwhile, Anchor Beyond.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
The all-new Infinity QX80
You work tonight?
with biometric cooling. Witness a new... Peters and meteorologist Matt Jordan are busy with an Easter challenge of their own.
Matt, we love the little jumping bunny that you put in. So festive, so festive. All right, well, Easter is, of course, just a few days away, and we like to celebrate the real meaning of Easter, but it's not Easter without peeps, right? That is so true. Right?
They didn't tell me anything about this.
I don't know anything about this either. Okay, so these two are going to have a little peep Chubby Bunny challenge. If you guys you've heard of the Chubby Bunny challenge. You try to stuff your mouth with, you know better. Go ahead. You just say
You
it.
put one in your mouth, you have to say Chubby Bunny, and you keep going until you can't say it. The winner gets to take home, I don't know, the guinea that.
Okay, so no choking. Please be careful. I'm here to help in case something, one little gets smacked on the back or something like that. And moral support. Who's going to start?
We'll do it at the same time. Let's go.
Okay.
Peep number one.
Oh, these are flavored.
And there's a method to this. A what?
Oh, no.
A method. Oh, a method. She already can't talk.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Okay,
Okay, number two. Going on with that.
Chubby Bunny.
That's good.
Okay.
Oh, Chubby Bunny. Why did your voice get so high?
Got an accent on you, so.
Okay. Ew, number three. Oh.
Don't do that.
Can you see it?
Chubby Bunny.
That was a bad idea.
Come on, Bianca. He can't. Don't let him
Real quick.
I don't know if it's because she's laughing or because her mouth is full. I think Matt just. No way. That's not gonna work. It counts. Okay, our director says it counts. Continue. Come on. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, can you do it?
I think I'm gross and be over here, by the way, you guys. Yours is being able to cover your mouth in the front. I think they're done. You can't do any more? Okay, okay. Well, no, I'm really good. I'm really good. All right.
It just goes to show that he can open his mouth wider than she can.
We'll be back after the break.
The evidence is right
Dad told me I'm going to surprise you tonight in the news, and that's when I knew I was scared. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It's great stuff, right? I mean, happy Easter. Happy Easter.
Good morning, Tennessee, and a very happy Easter to all of you. We're waking up to some dense fog on the plateau, a little bit of frost too, but other than that, the morning is very, very calm. Tina possibilities for east as well, so tons of sunshine, especially by the early afternoon. Mid-50s by midday, and then by 5 p.m. we're going to be in the upper 60s, so a lot warmer than yesterday, and at least we've got the sunshine on our side as well, with even more sunshine for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Temperatures getting closer to 80 though.
I know what you're thinking. Where is that bouncing bunny?
No, it's tiger. What did you
fucking thick.
What did you do?
We found a hopping bunny and is using a screensaver.
Call it. Chubby bunny.
What the hell was that supposed to be? My phone doesn't talk.
Hometown Auto?
So down the bottom, the home.
So I apologize for. Here, let me just.
What do I want with it?
I don't want it. Not mine.